Jessica here, Yoga for Everybody, representing Zen Active Sports. I'm back in the studio with my partner today to demonstrate another one of my favorite partner yoga poses. I call it the shoulder release. So in this pose, we're going to have one partner start from a seated position, and the other partner will start from a standing position. But let's go ahead and both start from a seated position before we transition into and out of this fabulous partner pose. From a comfortable seated position, let's of course begin our practice by establishing proper alignment and that deep belly breathing pattern. So of course, first of all, checking in with the base of the pose, making sure that the bottom of the sitting bone's flat to the earth, checking with the pelvis and the hips, making sure they're in a neutral position, engaging the core, making sure that you are activating and strengthening those core muscles to keep the back straight in that natural S curve. Keep the chest open by opening the shoulders, keeping them down away from the ears, and then of course raising the crown of the head to the sky. And go ahead and take a few moments to really tune in your awareness to the rhythm and the quality of the breath. When you're ready to begin the practice of this pose, go ahead and figure out amongst yourselves who wants to start standing and who wants to start seated. And I'll show you what to do from there. I'm going to have Corey stay seated first so I can explain the massage, because it's really a massage pose. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's all these different yoga poses that we can practice, but none of them really seem to stretch the tops of the shoulders at all. Okay, so that's why I really like this pose. It's because we don't get that sensation from any of the poses that we practice in yoga. And a lot of us, if not all of us, have issues with tight shoulders and hunching the shoulders up, especially if you spend any time working at a computer or writing at a desk. Okay, so what we'll do is, of course, making sure your partner's still in that proper alignment, making sure the shoulders are back. And then what you'll do is you'll take the heel of your hands and you'll face the fingers away from the body. And you'll first line up the heels of your hands on the space where the neck meets the tops of the shoulders, okay? So kind of like by the collarbone, I guess. And then you'll have to pay attention to your partner's breathing, because when your partner exhales is when you're going to want to kind of just lean into it. So you're not necessarily pushing or exerting any pressure, you're just kind of leaning into it, okay? This is some techniques that we learn in Thai massage, okay? So you're just using the weight of your own body to just kind of rock back with the inhale of the breath and then rock down with their exhale, okay? And then, you know, with each exhale, notice how I move my hands closer towards the outside of the shoulders. Okay, so you're hitting each little area along the tops of the shoulders. Okay, and then we can do it one more time, because once is never enough. Okay, again, listening for the partner's breathing pattern, tuning into that rhythm, so that you yourself can align with that rhythm and kind of just rock back and forth. Slowly waking your way shoulders. Okay, and then after at least a couple cycles, then we can switch sides. So you'll have to reestablish proper alignment. Okay, so making sure that especially the shoulders are where they're supposed to be. And the spine, of course. You don't want any arch in the spine. Something else to be aware of is the elbow joints. So you want to keep a little bend in the elbows. And remembering, of course, that we're not pushing, but we're leaning. So using your own body weight. After a couple rounds of that, you can both either work your way to a seated position or a standing position. I'm going to have my partner come to a seated position because it takes me a lot longer to get back up. Thanks for practicing the shoulder release pose with us here on Zen Active Sports. Be sure to stay tuned next week for another one of our favorite partner yoga poses at www.zenactivesports.com. Thanks again for practicing with us. Namaste.